Good morning and welcome to this lovely, sunny, almost December morning. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and now are ready to start this new season of Advent. And you will notice the seasons have changed in our liturgical calendar in the church. You'll notice we have some greenery around, the wreaths, the Advent wreath is here, as well as some beautiful artwork by Scott Erickson, and you can read more about him in the bulletin. So we welcome you all, and thank you for coming, and thank you for those on Zoom who are attending and couldn't be here live. We are very happy you're part of this community today. As we begin to prepare our hearts for worship today, let us take a moment just to think about the coming of Advent and the life of hope, Jesus Christ, that has brought us here together. Now let us read together the call to worship. Our promised salvation is at hand. A righteous branch has sprung forth, bringing hope to our world. Our eyes have beheld the goodness and mercy of the Lord. A Son has been given to us, bringing justice and virtue to our land. Our hearts have felt the stirrings of God's presence. The Spirit of truth is here to heal us, teaching lost ones of God's ways. Let us worship the God of our salvation. Let us pray. Righteous One, your glory shines brighter than the sun. We remember your compassion and your faithful love as we come to worship this day. Lift up our souls to meet the challenges we face as we seek to bear the fruit of your salvation. May your righteous branch grow within our hearts, that our lives may abound in mercy and steadfast love. And may we be found ready and waiting when the one drawing near comes with power and glory to bring us to you. Amen. Please stand as you are able for the opening hymn, O Come, Emmanuel. Today, we light the first candle of Advent, the candle of hope. I am reading a poem by Drew Jackson from the Gospel of Luke. In the days of empires and puppet regimes, God speaks. Through wounds rested and discarded because they were unviable, this is what they do. The Romes, the Babylons, the USAs, the men, tossed to the side as detritus what they deemed unfit to be utilized. But God speaks through wounds, birthing prophetic utterances, the object of public scorn, given the power to name the happenings of the Lord. Elizabeth is her name. Say her name. It is she who will be the one through whom the covenant is kept. She, like a priestess, speaks her word, while the leading male voices are shut. Enough of this unbelieving religion that masquerades as faith. Divine favor is placed on what we have disgraced.
But singing will come up from Emmanuel feels like Advent is here. You know, the stores have been trying to sell us stuff for weeks now, telling us that the Christmas season is here. But give thanks for the sacred songs of our church. Now we come before confession as we do each week. We do this as a practice, not because it is fun, but because we know that we need it. We know that there is brokenness and hurt all around us. We know that we are a part of that. Let us come to confession, knowing that we need this, and our city needs this, nation needs this, our world needs God's love. I'll read our confession, but please follow along, confessing as you are able, seeking God's forgiveness. Let's confess. Almighty God, your promises of old strengthen us during these dark times. We yearn to learn and to read, We yearn to learn to read the signs of your coming. In the sun, moon, and stars, in the roaring of the seas and the waves, the tumult of our world. Yet we have seen it all before. Nothing seems to change. We confess that we wonder if things will ever change. We long to live with courage and aid where wars are fought for peace, freedoms are stripped in the name of liberty. Grant us the wisdom that comes from waiting. Teach us the patience that leads to guidance as our Savior draws near. Amen. Let's take a few moments of silence and seek God's forgiveness and healing today. In the name of the one who loves us unconditionally, we pray. Amen. Let you stand and receive assurance of forgiveness. It's always a gift to be able to proclaim this. I feel like we should take turns because it is a gift. We worship a God of mercy who abounds in steadfast love, the one who is God's righteous branch, draws near to us to save us from our weakness and to seal us in God's love. Let us sing in assurance. We're going to come to our time of prayers. I'm going to tell a brief story just as an invitation. We know that there are some prayers of thanksgiving, good things have happened. There are other prayers that we are in a difficult place. People need healing, people need housing. There are also prayers that are somewhere in the middle. Most things do not happen within a week. So on Thanksgiving, the day I think we were finishing up doing dishes in our house, my Aunt Bev and I were doing the dishes. I heard some loud noises outside our house, so I went out to check on some neighbors. And like many families, my family has been there as well. There can be some loud conversations and some disagreements. And so I saw one member of our neighbor's family that was clearly in a hard place. She was clearly angry at other members of the family. But through the night, as I went out, about every half hour, there was a different family member sitting with her, and a different family member making peace. And to me, it was I got shivers at the show of love and grace to this family member. So I went to sleep feeling all great. So it would have been a prayer of thanksgiving. But as I was surfing the next morning, the niece, his daughter, showed up and decided to break a few windows to show she was still upset. Yes, the story continued. Later that afternoon, we got to know our neighbors even better as we were cutting up plywood and putting it on the windows and recognizing that hurts and disagreements in families don't get solved overnight. They are long, long prayers at a time. So I want to lift that up. One day I'll share those stories from my own family when I was the person yelling in the street as well. But there are times when we give thanks, we see God close. There are times where we're in the middle of a difficult situation and we don't know the way forward. But I want to invite both of those in this space. I'll put my mask on as I walk around with the microphone. But please know that this is a safe space that we can lift up all of those prayers, even the messy ones that we're not sure the way forward. But let us lift those up this morning. Is there any who have prayers that you bring? Thanksgiving you'd like to?
the joy of family. And for me, all my family's on the East Coast, so the great joy of having family present and nearby and here to share mostly all the good moments. My brother Landa, I think, from the Atlanta, Georgia area.
So we give thanks for the joy of family, mostly great moments, but the joy of being together. Others who lift up prayers and concerns this morning.
Continue prayer for the Witt family, for JJ and Margie.
Continue to lift up prayers for the Witt family, especially for JJ and Jason. There's healing, there's comfort.
I just want to celebrate with Leah tomorrow turning 18, and what a privilege it has been all these years to see these young children growing up, and it's just so hard to believe that she will be 18 tomorrow. So a celebration of all the young people in the midst.
Especially lift up Leah in celebration of 18 years tomorrow, but also lift up others as well.
I just wanted to lift up prayers for travelers today. This being the Sunday after Thanksgiving, it's a day that our family has traditionally been on the road on that wonderful, wide open I-5 from Southern California, returning home. Right now we have Leah who's on the road with her boyfriend Renzo heading back to UCLA. And we have my sister and her family who are returning back home from seeing their parents.
So give thanks for time with family, but lift up prayers for traveling mercies, safety, patience, and travel. The others lift up prayers, concerns.
I want to lift up just such profound thanks for our mother, who is no longer with us in this realm, but today is her birthday.
Today is lifting up the memory of her mother. This is her birthday, so we lift up her witness for faithfulness and she was. Others.
I would like to lift up a prayer for our street ministry. Today, Jan Ocean, Cobb, and I are going out to deliver sandwiches and food and clothing.
Amen. So we give thanks for that, starting again that important ministry, taking on some of the food ministry food boxes. First for you. We also know that speaking prayers out loud is not always for everyone. There are also little cards in front of you that you can fill out. And those you can put that offering plate, and I will give those prayers to praying during the week. But it is a joy to me to hear the voices of these prayers, lift them up together. It's my assumption that we all hold these prayers, we check in with each other. I know sometimes with masks and microphones it is difficult to hear, so during coffee hour, please reach out to each other. What did you pray for? What did you lift up? I want to know more about that. This is a way that we deepen our community as well as reach out to God with one another.
I would like a prayer from my boss, Chris. I did pray for him last week. It turns out it looks like he has multiple sclerosis. He's only 38. So prayers of healing and for his family and friends. Thank you.
Prayers of healing for Linda's boss. That's surprise diagnosis. Prayers of comfort as well. few moments of silence, and I'll close us with prayer. In our secret yearning, we wait for your coming. And in our grinding despair, we doubt that you will. And in this privileged place, we are surrounded by witnesses who yearn more than do we, and by those who despair more deeply than do we. Look upon your church in this season of hope, which runs quickly to fatigue, in this season of yearning, which becomes so easily quarrelsome. Give us the grace and the impatience to wait for your coming, to the bottom of our toes, to the edges of our fingertips. We do not want our several worlds to end. Come in your power and come in your weakness. In any case, make all things new. Amen.
Now let us turn to God in Scripture. Please listen for the Word of God in Luke 1, verses 5 through 25. In the days of King Herod of Judea, there was a priest named Zechariah who belonged to the priestly order of Abijah. His wife was a descendant of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. Both of them were righteous before God, living blamelessly according to all the commandments and regulations of the Lord. But they had no children, because Elizabeth was barren, and both were getting on in years. Once, when he was serving as priest before God and his section was on duty, he was chosen by lot, according to the custom of the priesthood, to enter the sanctuary of the Lord and offer incense. Now at the time of the incense offering, the whole assembly of the people was praying outside. Then there appeared to him an angel of the Lord, standing at the right side of the altar of incense. When Zechariah saw him, he was terrified, and fear overwhelmed him. But the angel said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah, for your prayer has been heard. Your wife, Elizabeth, will bear you a son, and you will name him John. You will have joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth, for he will be great in the sight of the Lord. He must never drink wine or strong drink. Even before his birth, he will be filled with the Holy Spirit. He will turn many of the people of Israel to the Lord their God. With the spirit and power of Elijah, he will go before him to turn the hearts of parents to their children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord." Zechariah said to the angel, "How will I know that this is so? For I am an old man, and my wife is getting on in years." The angel replied, "I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you and to bring you this good news. But now, because you did not believe my words, which will be fulfilled in their time, you will become mute, unable to speak, until the day these things occur." Meanwhile, the people were waiting for Zechariah and wondered at his delay in the sanctuary. When he did come out, he could not speak to them, and they realized that he had seen a vision in the sanctuary. He kept motioning to them and remained unable to speak. When his time of service was ended, he went to his home. After those days, his wife Elizabeth conceived, and for 5 months she remained in seclusion. She said, "This is what the Lord has done for me when he looked favorably on me and took away the disgrace I had endured among my people." For the word in Scripture, the word made flesh, and the word in our hearts. Thanks be to God.
few weeks in Advent, we're going to be working our way through these first chapters of Luke. I promise if you're a reader, you won't have as long a text every week. But I love long stories and how it invites us into the first century. It invites us to remember the context, remember the hopes, remember the waiting of this season. It is important as we step into this that the very first line reminds us that there is a big picture. Sometimes you lose this big picture when you set up your little nativity scene at home. You have your cute sheep and your goats and your shepherds. But I don't know a single scene that has a King Herod. Does anyone have a King Herod in their little set? No one's got a King Herod either. I don't think our church set has a King Herod either. You wonder why? King Herod was a part of this story, ruthless leader, right? Tried to bridge between the Jewish people and the Romans. But this very first line reminds us that this is an occupied nation. They do not declare everything that they get to do. They have been beaten, they have been taken. Now they must pay their taxes. They must be watched over by this puppet ruler who is scared of losing his power. You must remember that to me, this means that it's almost like the news is happening all around us as we're reading our Bible, as we're trying to pray. As Zechariah and Elizabeth were hoping and waiting, they knew King Herod was in the background. They knew Roman soldiers were on the streets. Always part of the story. Let us not forget that. It is difficult to make the jump to today and imagine what God will do today, because we are looking at all those political, social circumstances around us, wondering if God can really do anything. Here is God really doing something in the midst of similar circumstances. Zechariah and Elizabeth were privileged people in the nation of Israel. She was from a long line of priests, through her father or her grandfather, he as well. He had this guaranteed work, regardless of the occupation. Seemed like a pretty good job. I'm guessing you went maybe 1 month a year down to work at the temple. Go and serve, even in the midst of being occupied, even in the midst of not knowing when God would act. Here they were, faithful servants. Yet quickly we know, as any good storyteller will write, we are reminded that not everything has gone as planned in their life. Much like I'm guessing our own lives. We have dreams, we have plans. Many times that things do not go as planned. Verse 7, third verse I had us read, they had no children. They had wanted, they had hoped. In this patriarchal society, this was one of the key functions of the wives, the women, was to bear children. Here she was, one who was unable to bear children. As often happens, the one that has more power blames the one who has less power for the problems around him. Did you hear that? The one who has more power blames the one who has less power for the problems in their midst. This still happens today, which is why I said it twice, so I don't usually repeat things. But here Elizabeth gets blamed that they don't have kids. We know from fertility clinics today, it could be the man, it could be the woman, it could be a combination. But in the first century, it was always the woman's fault. She had done something wrong. She had sinned. She had messed up. The men passed all the guilt, all the blame, all the grief onto their spouse. One with more power blaming the one with less power. Wondering how they responded. Very quickly it says they were faithful, even in the midst of this grief, even in the midst of this hardship. Many times when we're in grief, we're in a difficult place, not sure where God is. Some of us decide to leave God, some of us decide to leave the church. Some of us wonder, what is the point? I'm not sure if it was because of his job. I'm not sure if it was because they wanted to continue in the ways of God. They remained faithful in their prayers, and their sacrifices, the way they lived their life. Makes me wonder about those places in our own lives, things that haven't gone as we had planned, relationships we had hoped for, school we had hoped for, a job that never seems to hire us. Many times we have these plans, we ask little kids, most of the ones who left, what do you hope to be when you grow up? Most of us do not become that person we hope to be. Most of us, something changes, something happens in our life, we go down a different road, a different path. Wonder how did Elizabeth and Zechariah hold on to? Were they still a healthy marriage? Were they just two people living in a house? How did they hold this grief together? How did they hold the disgrace, as she says at the very end? Disgrace from their neighbors, those who whispered about them, those who gossiped about them. Unfortunately, we still have this today. Something happens to a child. I've seen this with gun violence in our own city. Something happens to a child. Many times the family is blamed, the person is blamed. Someone suffers from addiction. All of a sudden, the parents, the larger community is blamed. We try to put the blame on someone. It's their fault, rather than just an understanding that there are terrible things that happen in the world. There are hard things. There are things we do not have answers to. In this season of Advent, we're asked to wait and wait and keep hoping. Sometimes it's difficult to hope. Sometimes we need the person next to us in the pew to be the one hoping for us, because we've given up on hope. Given up on the reconciliation, given up on the health, given up on the future, given up that the violence will decrease. I know that I need a community of people around me to help me in those places that it's difficult to wait and hope, not give up. There's a long history of mystics, Christian followers that know what it's like not to hear from God, not to know God's comfort. St. John of the Cross is the most well-known. He wrote a book in which he talks about the dark night of the soul. I wish it was just one night, but it is a whole season in your life, a season when you're not sure about God's love, God's hope, God's comfort. The fact that that book is hundreds of years old reminds me that Christians have always struggled with this. Times when we know God will be next to us, times when we cannot find God wherever we need each other in those moments. Need each other when we are going through those dark nights, those dark seasons. If we remember the people of Israel have waited hundreds of years for the Messiah who was to come. This was not just wait in your lifetime. This was not just wait for 40 days. I feel radical asking us to wait 40 days for Advent in our instant gratification culture. In the first century, they were waiting lifetimes and lifetimes. Great-grandparents telling the great-grandkids, you must wait and hope as well. One day God will save us. Zechariah is chosen by lot. He gets the special job. I don't know where I heard this. I guess I heard it long enough ago that maybe it is true. This was a scary job. You did not want it. This was kind of like getting the short end of the stick. I've heard that they actually tied a rope around someone's ankle as they walked into the temple because it was a scary place to go. It was a sacred place to go, and God was not to be messed with. So if we weren't in COVID, I would make us all go out the doors there. I would probably tie a rope around whoever would be up to the task, and they would walk all the way back in here to light the candles. It would not be a cute thing that we ask young ones to do. It would be a scary task of coming close to the Creator of heaven and earth. very similar to the angel showing up. This is not the hallmark angel. We see little ceramic pieces of it. These are scary beings that are near the sacred one. That will bring heaven and earth together. The one who brings justice. The one who brings judgment against those who hurt and harm others. I'm not sure exactly how we bring that sacredness, but it feels like a good question for our worship planning group on Monday mornings. Was it kind of scary to be in worship? How do you know if you came close to God? I don't want that coming close to God because we're scared that we would be judged, or we would be shamed, or we would be guilty. But coming close to God, there is a sacredness to come on. Maybe even a refining part of that. Parts of our lives that fall off. Parts that aren't pleasing to God. He has this divine encounter. And I am not praying an angel for any of you, even though I know we have a long history of angels, following alongside us. Angels are scary. They can give nightmares. He questions, doesn't he? But he hears this special child to come. This prophetic child that will be like Elijah. Will bring the powerful to those who do not have power, will bring the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous. Hope springs up where they have lost hope. I want to point out that this isn't just any ordinary child. I think they were excited to have a child in their midst, but this is a special child that was going to have a tough task of life. It was going to have to speak God's words and be shunned, be pushed aside. To me, it's answered prayer God a little bit differently than they had expected. But here comes that hope that they had given up. Hope of the beginning of the Messiah. Hope of their family being changed. Hope of God's ways, people returning to God's ways. In this season of stewardship, in this season of reflection, many of you received a letter, a commitment form this week. We have others of those as well who would like to join us in this season, thinking through our lives, thinking through next year. This passage makes me reflect on what are the dreams that we've given up on for our church, for our city, for ourselves. What are the hopes that we won't even speak anymore because they're so far off? We just put them on the shelf and they become dusty. I know from the first day that I started about a year ago, I heard little whispers of what if on this piece of property, what if there was space for not just luxury, for not just condos for those who can afford a lot, but condos for those who can't afford anything. But if there was space for those to live as we worship God. What are the other dreams that you've always had for this city, this flock, for your family? You stopped hoping for it. You let grief win out. May this season of waiting be a time when we bring up some of those hopes, those dreams. Even sharing them with each other is a risk. Let us lift up those dreams, even if they can't happen in a year. Maybe they are things that God will begin to work with. We can wait on them together and work on them as a community. Let this time of commitment not just be a way that we help decide the budget for our church next year, maybe much larger than that. Who do we desire to serve? Where is God working around us that we can join with the goodness? What have we always been waiting for and God is already working on? We have been missing out. What are those places, those areas, those ministries? Let's allow those hopes to come back to life. Amen. You take a few moments after the proclamation of the word to lift up stories, questions, thoughts from the scripture. Know that I have a little limited perspective. We all bring the richness of listening, and trying to live these texts in our lives. When you respond, I know that I cut off a couple people last week, and I'm sorry about that. I personally apologize. The Spirit is definitely moving in some weeks who have known that it is an important space that we are in church together.
Thanks for reminding us of that which we give up on almost unconsciously, sometimes in our daily living. I think it's out of reach, impossible, and why even dream the dream. So thank you for that. It's a nice, powerful reminder. May it motivate us.
May it motivate us.
I feel a tension in your message between waiting for God to do something and acting ourselves. And this line from somewhere I read, that history doesn't just happen. And justice doesn't just happen, we need to work for it. But it's hard to know what to do, but sitting and waiting and listening is not going to make anything change. So that's the tension in it.
It's really that tension between waiting and hoping, and also the action that we need to take to be faithful. And we hold that tension.
Affirm the message of this, which is, I think it's really a personal Bible, but having faith in God, having faith in your desire to receive answers. So that's just how it's really. I also want to respond to Julie towards something that I questioned about. I've interpreted it as that if you have this faith and prayer in God, I think just that, it's all having this faith in me. Just two thoughts. One is I feel very empathetic for Zechariah responding to Gabriel and asking how I know this is true, because I'm sure he had walked that grief of infertility with his wife, and to even hope felt impossible. And so I feel great empathy for him. And also I was struck that throughout, even before leading up to Jesus' life, and throughout Jesus' life, how radical it is that there are so many instances of women in this society, in these stories, of women radically believing and following without question. And I mean, it's happening here, it happens with Mary, it happens throughout the life of Jesus. So that struck me, that it isn't like a one-off, but that it is so many times, and how that is very unusual in a patriarchal society.
There's a sacred part of the story that I skipped over. There's too much on this to cover, but there is the 5 months that she is in seclusion. 5 months of believing whether this is an answer, is a change, is the hope come. Maybe it is part of that tension that you were speaking about, waiting, hoping, and acting. as a community, may we hold this scripture. May it guide us in this Advent season. May we lift up those things we have forgotten about, but we've stopped looking forward. May we do things. Amen. I want you to stand now as we sing hymn number 129. We'll come forward, guys.
I'm a new Carter, I don't know. And I've been asked to give spiritual testimony. Dorothy is also after I am. At this time of year, I like to take stock of the commitments I've made. I think about where I've met my promises and where I've fallen short. And I work on forgiving myself when that happens. I reevaluate my priorities and get ready to reset for the next year. My commitment of time, talent, and treasure to the church is a critical part of this self-assessment. I strive to achieve a work-life balance, and my church life is a very important piece of that. So what do I contribute and why do I care so much? I've been a member of this church since 1979. My grandmother, Adele Ross, was a choir member, and I joined when I transferred from UC Davis to Cal. Even when I married in 1992 and moved to the country, I couldn't find another church. Why? because of the wonderful people in our congregation, the beloved saints present and no longer with us, the diversity and friendliness of our church family, our commitment to community, our shared spirituality, yes, the thought-provoking sermons by Reverend Turpin, the rich music program anchored by the organ. Oh yes, and of course the beauty and holiness of this sacred space. I've been enriched by our church life throughout the years and feel a responsibility to pay it forward by sharing my gifts and treasure, time and talent. I pledge every year, and I feel it's important to give what I have promised so the church can manage its budget. I can't help thinking of our beloved Don Anderson and his zeal for stewardship and his admonishment to not give God a haircut when he meant to say pay cut. Can I give more? Is supporting the church financially a priority? I struggle with that, and I'm honest about what I can give, but I always feel it can be more. But I also know that sometimes things happen, and I can't meet my obligation. And if that were to happen, I shouldn't feel shame or be embarrassed. Life does happen. Things have a way of working things out. And I remind myself that I give in other ways that are equally as important. I still work full-time, but have the luxury of working from home, at least at this time. I live in Oakley, which is 45 miles away, so I'm not at the church as often as I'd like to, so thank goodness for Zoom. I'm a technology project at Bank of America, and I'm able to use my skills to support worship planning, the creation of the Sunday service, the running of the Zoom service, and the production of the YouTube video. I'm an elder and chair of finance, technical stewardship, and worship and music committees. I am a soprano in the choir, which used to have a weekly choir rehearsal before service. Now I'm currently a regular cantor, so I'm generally here on Sundays around 9-ish. I'm always touched when people are concerned that I overcommit, as asking for help is not my strong suit. But I'm working on that, and I will say no on occasion. Case in point, stewardship and asking for money is challenging for me, and I'm grateful others took the lead this year. It got me out of having to write the stewardship book. But here I am giving a testimonial. My talents are the final thing I wanted to mention. I'm detailed, which some may find very annoying, but it's important to me that our service runs smoothly so that all participants, including worship leaders and those that support the service, can actually be part of the service versus managing a production. Call it my admin talent, but that's really not where my heart is. I like to share creative and social talents that give me pleasure. I love to sing and play guitar. I know the choir will sing when it's safe, and so I'm glad that I can help during our church service in the interim. Singing brings me joy, and I long for the day when we can all remove our masks and hear each other sing with gusto. I love to take pictures, and the archives I've built have been used extensively, especially during lockdown. Yes, even though some of the pictures are dated, I don't hear a lot of complaints when people see their younger versions displayed. I'm excited to be able to add new pictures of our growing congregation, but we'll also remember to participate and not always be the archivist. I love to garden and share the abundance of our efforts. When we have it, I will share it with the congregation and the food ministry, so tomatoes and peppers and lemons and oranges and avocados. I love to open my house to guests and entertain. I haven't in quite a while since the pandemic. I used to host choir retreats, and although I never attended the annual summer swim party at the Edwards Farm, I would love to open our house to the church next summer and restart the tradition. Hey, it's only 45 miles away, and it's hot in Oakley, and we have a pool. Seriously, though, everyone can contribute to First Church, whether it be time, talent, or treasure. All are gifts that are uniquely ours to give. During this stewardship season, please think about your gifts and how you can share them so that we can all continue to do God's work. No gift is too small when it comes from the heart. Good morning. I'm Dorothy Decker. I serve on the session as an elder here at First
First Church. And I was invited to speak during the stewardship time this morning with regard to the food ministry. But I realized I should have read temple tidings first and seen the beautifully detailed description that Bill and Chris and Lexine have already provided in our temple tidings to tell you lots and lots about food ministry. But I didn't, so you'll hear a little repetition, a little redundancy this morning. There is much happening in these days at First Presbyterian, as Pastor Matt's recent letter captured so beautifully. As you know, and as we were to discuss today, a primary ministry here is helping feed our neighbors who are food insecure. First Presbyterian provides a generous home to standards grown well beyond our church membership. 2 days a week, our kitchen hosts Food Not Moms volunteers as they prepare a hot lunch to serve in local parks. Another 2 days of the week, Monday and Sundays, our food ministry serves lunch to about 150 neighbors on each of those 2 days. Many of you here help make that possible by serving on the grocery pickup crew, the kitchen team, the weekly laundry duty, or the home make cooking brigade. Thank you, Richmonds. On behalf of the food ministry leadership team, thank you for all that you do and all the support you offer this ministry. I hope you find as much joy and comfort in that work as I do. And there are many who are part of this growing, serving community who worship with us only through the food ministry. They're not here Sunday morning. Members of our neighbors at Temple Sinai's Social Action Committee, students residing in the Presbyterian homes in Berkeley, friends who live in the neighborhood, and some new volunteers we've met during COVID. The need has never been greater. The last one-night count, conducted in 2019, found 4,071 homeless people in Oakland. That was a 47% increase over the prior 2-year count in 2017. Clearly, all have not benefited from a growing economy. This year, COVID drove some big shifts in the program, and we've seen God's goodness, hope, and justice in our ability to expand to meet the growing needs. As we shifted to an all-takeout program, increased costs were met with grants from the San Francisco Foundation, San Francisco Presbytery, the Presbyterian Church USA Hunger Grant Program, and the Oakland Rotary, and many individual donors. As we doubled the number of meals served from 150 to 300, new relationships were built with new grocery donors. We expanded food delivery to street encampments to 2 days a week rather than the previous 1 day a week, with an entirely new volunteer delivery team. And we are beginning to think about how we might create an emergency housing fund to provide short-term respite from sleeping outside for some who we encounter. There'll be more to come on that, and all expressions of interest are welcome in the meantime. The food ministry is what first filled my heart as I began worshiping here at First Presbyterian. The community that is now building is an exciting collaboration with neighbors beyond our walls and offers hope and opportunity to do more, a little like the mustard seed. This ministry offers the potential of reaching far beyond what our small core may have thought possible, to join in God's work all around us. Let this possibility rest within you as we enter the season of reflection and great anticipation of the gift to come, and as you consider your pledge of time, talent, and treasure for the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda and Dorothy, for sharing your stewardship testimonials today. It really is helpful, I think, for most of us as we're planning our contributions throughout the year to hear how other people have contemplated and worked through how they will give in the community and in the church and sharing their time, talent, and treasure. If you do not have a commitment form or lost yours or didn't see it in the mail, please see one of the deacons. They will, or the ushers, and they will provide you one for considering making a commitment today. Now let's prepare for the offering. Those who keep God's covenant and decrees walk in the paths of steadfast love and faithfulness. It is right to share blessings in a world where justice for many is still but a dream, and mercy is but a hope seen from afar. With thankful hearts, let us joyfully share our gifts in gratitude to our God. How can we thank you enough, Blessed One, for all you have given us? May we increase and enrich in love, even as you increase and enrich the gifts we bring before you this day. Send them forth into your world as signs of the bounty of Christ coming into the world. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Two announcements for community life. One is that we do, unfortunately, these devotions are not here. They're coming in tomorrow morning. But I have a bunch of these devotionals by Scott Erickson. They have these images in them with some short write-ups about them to help us in this season. So I will be walking around, maybe I'll get someone else to take sign-ups, and we will drop them on your doorstep, get them to you, so we can all together be reading about these images as well as Advent. Let me know if you would like to get one of those. Right afterwards, church part 2, or part 3 or 4, whichever it may be, it's going to be in the coffee hour. Julia and others have set up a great meal as well as you make your own wreath for our home. So please join us. A time of sharing, time to be together. I messed up last week, but I'm going to get it right this week. We do have a pop-up clinic tomorrow. So there are local health agencies coming. We're going to set up a pop-up clinic right here as folks are coming for food to be able to offer their services. We do need some volunteers. You can find more information in the bulletin. Talk to Chris Weber or myself. It'd be great to have any church members here to support that. Please stand as you are able as we sing.